Intro is still broken. Fail. Absolute fail. All right. Welcome, my friends, to episode 27 of D.VA Ate My Podcast. My name is Bull Skunk alongside Ocean, Airborne, and Billy in the same frame. We've also got Knight Rider and returning guest, Paul. We had such a good time last week. We said, come on back for episode 27. So it was nice to have somebody here who actually knew what they were talking about instead of us Papega heads. So here we are.
Damn.
Whoa.
Well, instead of me.
Whoa.
Instead
You
of
do not need
and
to
Ryder.
get away by casting
And
calls.
Ryder.
I can't take Ryder seriously.
These
I
are
just
my
looked over at
casting
the cameras
secrets.
that we have on the side again. And
It's,
Jesus.
I
I
like,
don't want to look at it again. I'm gonna blank it out. I'm actually gonna like
Excuse
get
me,
rid
but
of
you're
his
you're the
screen.
only one with you have the longest
gone.
hair now.
he
Yeah,
does
you're
have
doing
long
one.
hair now. Yeah. Yeah,
Fine,
shaved all this
okay,
shit off
fine.
a couple days ago.
So,
Billy and
the D.VA
Airborne, it looked like
are-
there's like 5 miles between you. You're like on opposite ends of the camera.
Well, there's also like a little thing
Yeah, I
right
know,
here.
and then-
There you go.
and
There you go.
then
Pretend like you're like
his
each other.
hat is covering
They're
his
obliging
face.
to social distancing. That's what it is.
There-
It's
yes,
not,
it's social
Billy
distancing.
anymore. It's Wilson next door. For some of you guys who ever watched Nick at Night,
For the boomers out there,
Yeah,
you might get that joke.
Yeah.
Tim Allen there.
it's a good joke.
That's a good joke. It's a good joke.
That's a good joke.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
what's the word?
whoa! Put that finger away, young man.
I don't know what you speak of.
Nobody needs to see that.
Oh, I should probably change our topic.
Okay.
Can we get the fingers off the string, please? No fingering on string.
This is a
No.
fingerless zone.
So speaking of D.VA eating things, we actually came up with a name for our viewers.
I don't know about all
You know,
this.
27 episodes in.
I don't know about
Who
all
came
this.
up with
And
this?
this was
I don't know about
a
all
stroke
this.
of luck. This
The
was
alphabet.
this
Chief.
was Bull Skunk. This was Bull Skunk, and then I was
Oh,
like,
it
"Yo,
wasn't.
this is what we can call them." No. So, our handy dandy new
Don't listen to that guy.
what is it?
Acronym?
What do you call it here?
It would be an
What do you
acronym.
call it?
It would be an
command. It's a
acronym.
new command. So it's a command, right?
Oh, the
So
command
you
is
do
chat.
exclamation point.
Only,
Yeah, you do exclamation point. Only me.
well, only mods can. It's for
Only
for
mods.
us.
Okay.
It's
So
for us
I
to
can
put
do
in at the end of the
exclamation
stream.
point damp, and then we get a nifty little shout out here that you guys can use. That we. Oh, actually, it's wrong. It's wrong.
I don't.
What's
Oh.
wrong? I can fix
I'm
it.
done.
That's why I showed you
use
before.
code stream. Yeah, use code stream console. It's supposed to be all caps.
Oh, it's all caps. Okay. Yeah, we can update that.
Yeah.
That's easy to change.
I've only been saying it for 26 episodes.
Yeah, I tune you out at that point.
Same. We just kind of do whatever we want.
That's why I figured we need a command.
Yeah.
That way we don't have to
No,
hear it all the
that's like-
time.
so-
Right.
So it's I never realized D.VA Ate My Podcast actually spells out, damp as an acronym. So you guys are our moist towelettes. You guys are our dampers.
The
Why
more
can't you get me carried
Our
out? I
happy
want that
little
money.
dampers.
CRT contract.
happy little
Our
dampers.
moist towelettes.
The
Our
moist
happy little
This is how we make
towelette.
Yes.
So how did you guys lose 1,000 followers in 5 minutes? Well, you see.
We called everybody the moist towelettes, and well, my personal channel
didn't enjoy that
immediately
too much.
died. I suddenly have 50 followers.
What now?
Alright.
How did you get banned from Twitch again?
Oh.
Oh, sorry, Twitch didn't inform me,
Alright,
but they
alright.
never informed
just-
anyone. But it must be their fault.
Oh, yeah, I was
We
just about to
inform
say.
people when they show up on time.
Slasher won't even say moist. I'm just gonna be
Slasher-
like,
Slasher-
I can't talk about it.
I can't talk. This material
Let's
is too
talk about our Twitch
sensitive.
ban.
We lost one, guys. We lost a viewer. Oh boy.
We
Oh,
lost a viewer.
oh
Was
man.
it like that?
I blame
Oh,
Ryder.
okay.
I blame Ryder
Anyways,
entirely.
we have a stellar lineup for you guys today. That's all right. Blame me. Blame me.
We did just damn you.
So we have a stellar lineup for you guys today. So we are going to. Oh, Gino! Gino is our biggest moist towelette. He's our biggest.
Fuck off.
He immediately unsubs.
You gotta stop
He wants a
that.
refund for his sub.
Jesus.
What the hell?
Oh man.
I'm just gonna cast from back. I'm just gonna do it from back.
Yeah,
here.
so
I'm just gonna
yeah,
time out
Gino,
Ryder
uh,
from his own
And
podcast.
he is at Billy's. Yep.
Gino, I am at
Yeah,
Billy's.
he is at Billy's. He's at Billy's. He made the drive down today and went to go see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
Billy
totally.
hiding behind the name.
Yeah, if you guys, I mean,
I
if you
literally,
guys
like-
can't see him.
The framing is
Try
fantastic.
moving
over
This
there.
is me sitting
Airborne,
straight
try
up.
moving the camera down a little bit.
No,
Try moving the
that's-
camera down.
Do you have some textbooks that Airborne can sit on or something? Help a brother out.
He just
You
like
have a
comes up.
booster seat?
Dead.
Here.
Dead. No, I'm just gonna do it like this. This is very helpful. actually.
Only time I'll ever be
Oh,
taller
This is
than
the
you.
only time you will ever be taller than me too. Fully reclined back in my
Oh,
office
okay, it's a
chair.
little better. a little
What's up,
better.
Desero? Welcome back, my friend.
I can see Billy's nose now. Oh boy. All right, so dampers, we got a great podcast for you.
I look like the kitty cat from the emotes in the Elo Hell channel.
Oh
The
gosh.
working kitty cat.
All right. Anyways, so stellar lineup for you guys. We are going to be talking about the Xbox Game Showcase. Two games in particular. We'll be showing you guys the
Stellar.
Fable trailer and the Halo trailer. So
I don't know
both,
that we need
those in my
Play
opinion
the
are the
whole thing.
What's that?
So I don't know that we need to
Play the entire thing.
We can even
No,
link them,
no,
too.
no.
It's our
no, we're
podcast.
not playing the entire Halo thing. That's like 10 minutes long.
Wow.
That's as much as Ocean talks in one sentence.
Hey, it's an important sentence. Oh yeah, so did you know, right? So I'm gonna go into some analysis
said
here.
it.
But I managed to
Piggy.
my
Thank
arm
you
when
for
I
the
was
2
shaving my
months.
arms. I actually managed.
Okay.
I have a mark here.
You
Oh.
shaved a piece of your arm?
Yeah, I shaved a piece of my arm. I'm trying to shave my arm hair, and it didn't work.
By the way,
You
Piggy,
know you
thank
can
you
just
so much,
wax
dude. 6
that?
months in a row, poggers.
Can I pay to wax your arm?
Yes, you can.
You can pay me.
Your age.
Like,
You
if
can
I
pay
come-
me
I
to
come over
wax
to
those
Ireland. If
arms.
I come over to Ireland, I can wax your
You can
arm.
wax mine.
Yeah.
You can go to
Fine,
Ireland all you want. You won't find me there because that's the wrong country, man.
Close enough. Just meet me there.
No,
Just
I'm
meet
banned.
me there.
I'm banned, man.
As a person who's from an island, go screw yourself.
Wow.
Gino gifted another sub.
Hey.
What
Okay.
happened? Gino, you have to give one more, by the way.
Hey.
'cause You can't just be on 99 gifted subs.
I know,
I'm
right?
from a
It's
lot-
monumental.
I'm technically from an island too. I'm also part Portuguese. Okay.
That's not how that works.
That's the
Nice
thing,
job,
right?
Gino.
Boom!
They're all technically islands if we want to get.
Massive love to
Yeah.
Gino. Gino with his
I just live in a
100
really
gifted
big
sub in the
island that's
channel.
connected to another big island.
I like how we have like 3 conversations going on simultaneously at the same time.
I know.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
This is
Me and
already
Bob could have
bad.
a more
Yeah,
relevant
this is-
conversation about how Gino's just gifted 100
Yeah.
subs for his channel, for fuck's sake.
If we pick
100 gifted
if we
subs.
pick an Overwatch topic, we'll start to narrow in.
yeah. We'll focus, guys. Don't worry. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
Gino.
You said
guy,
Overwatch, so
Are you gonna be okay? Like, damn.
what are you talking about?
I
You
mean,
just
lost it.
gifted 100 subs.
Not just now. That's over the course of the channel.
Uh-oh.
Over the course
Oh,
Yeah,
total.
oh
total,
my.
Total.
total.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
That's awesome.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Still,
Gino's
that's a
the best.
big
He's-
milestone.
He's my
That's
biggest
hella
supporter. There's a
props.
reason he's got that nifty VIP icon. Dude has been a massive supporter from literally day one. When like nobody had
awesome.
any clue who the hell
Yeah,
I
that's-
was.
that's-
Gino was in there supporting and cheering
We
me
still
on,
don't.
and well, fair enough. But back before I had 5 fans, I had Gino.
Gino's been around forever. Sorry, I had to get up and go away for a second, but yeah, Gino's been around since the beginning.
He just
Gino's like the best
150
poggers.
subs.
Anyway,
100?
So yeah, we're gonna be
100.
talking about Xbox Showcase, a little bit of OWL,
yeah,
and
might
some Open Division.
yeah, might even touch on some contenders, some open division. We'll see how we're feeling. We'll see how we're feeling.
I thought we already said we were gonna do that. Don't lie to them.
Whoa, man. Whoa, whoa.
Wow.
You just lied
There-
to the
Whoa, you need
campers.
Do you
chill
feel that
out.
teenage
You gotta
angst coming
chill
out of him?
out.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm turning 18 in 3 weeks.
Okay.
It's gonna last for 3
Hey,
weeks.
Congratulations.
Still going through puberty. Witness your voice.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I have a good idea. How about when I turn 18, the next podcast after that, we'll do my Tinder bio.
Oh Lord.
Oh, no.
That was
Matt,
his idea. He said
Yes,
it.
100% yes. 100% yes. I'll even let you host. I will
Fine,
let you.
fine.
Oh.
Whoever gifts 5 subs gets to write his Tinder bio.
Oh.
And gets to Photoshop the picture.
Yo, tweet that right now. Tweet that right now.
Somebody get a
Tweet
hold
that
of
right
Swig.
now.
Somebody get a hold of Swig.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes, I'm
Yes,
messaging
yes,
him
yes,
right
yes.
now.
I
I'm
didn't agree
just
to
gonna be
this.
like,
No,
"Bro,
no, no,
give
no,
me
no. This is out of your hands now.
Yeah.
This is out of your hands.
Fine then.
Your own Tinder
Fine.
profile
I
is
don't-
way out of your hands.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Gino
Gino
just did it
did it!
immediately.
Gino's doing it.
Gino just did it immediately. Immediately up to 105 gifted subs. Thank you so much, Gino. And
Let's go.
yes, we look forward to seeing Ocean's
said
Tinder
dibs.
profile.
He said dibs. Oh, Lord.
So guys,
There
we're
was
talking about
yours.
All right,
Overwatch
guys.
today.
All right, we're gonna take a 5-minute break so
You ate
Ocean
it
can
all.
go change his drawers. I'm pretty sure he just shit himself.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Since we only have to show the top of our face, I can't really shit myself because
Don't
it
worry.
would go on the floor.
Well, now you just smell even more than you normally do.
Oh wow, this got off the
Wow.
rails
Oh
even
my God,
faster
Gino.
and way more off the rails than
Gino.
normal. Like
But
even for
it's
this
worth
podcast,
it, right? It's worth it, right?
100%.
Okay, now here's
Quality
the
content.
deal. Here's the deal. If Gino gets you anyone to respond to you, you have to gift as many women that responds to Bull Skunk.
We have to. We have to stream it. We have to get your screen.
Okay,
we have
no,
to
we
Yes.
stream it.
Stream
I
his
can stream
phone.
from my phone. Yeah, I can do that. But also, I have some
Yes.
pickup lines ready to go. Like I have some great ones. So
Oh
I have
my
great
God.
pickup lines
stream
ready to
We
go.
just
appropriate.
shot up viewers. We just shot up
It's-
viewers.
this
The
one's
women
good,
are
this one's
already
good.
hopping in your DMs.
This one's good. This one's good, right? Q
All right,
O
what's your-
P L K J H M.
Zed. What?
One more time.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
repeat
that's
that.
actually the Wi-Fi password from when you come over. Sorry.
Oh!
Damn. Boom.
Hello, Inspector Luke, newest member of the CGL stream team, doing some stuff
Oh,
there.
cool.
Welcome to the podcast. You got us on a bit of a rowdy day. I've got
podcast
airborne
day.
here.
This is absolutely nuts. We have not had a day like this since like episode 1.
It's podcast day.
Yeah.
We're usually rowdy.
Yeah, we are, but I mean,
this-
normally we
no,
keep it
this is not like
somewhat.
this. Not like this.
No,
No, we are
Usually
going off the
it's
rails a bit
good.
today. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I
Let's get
apologize,
back on. All
Polly.
right, hey, let me be the adult in the room here.
So funny.
A bit of a rowdy day.
Adult?
Hey.
Yeah. Adult in the room. All right, Airborne, go ahead.
off,
Airborne's
Chris.
in Chef Billy's living room.
Yeah.
So, boom.
This is my dining room.
Oh, dining room.
Yeah.
I am
Dining
not in my living room. I'm actually in my basement.
He actually got to see my he actually upgraded my stuff today. I'm buying stuff off of him so I can do better with my casting and stuff and not work off of a Surface 3. Now I actually have a gaming laptop and I can actually have a whole bunch of stuff going on and
Big poggers.
but it's weird, but it's also I get to meet this guy and we've been hanging out all day. His lovely fiance Alice is here as well. And yeah, it's been a pretty fucking cool day. It's just like we're on a podcast except in person. There's Alice.
There you go.
You see here in the background of my.
She's
video
trying to
90% of the
co-opt
time.
my dogs too.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Well,
Sounds about right.
Shall we talk about some owl?
Let's talk about some.
Yeah, let's talk about
we're
some
gonna
Owl.
we're gonna go from Overwatch League to Contenders to Open Division, and that's how we're gonna run things.
That's
tonight.
the plan.
I also
No,
see in chat though, someone Paul,
Who?
they're saying Paul looks like the quiet one. That's the point. I look like the quiet
I
one.
mean, that's very.
Yeah. But
Look, did you not recognize the Hanson face from the third Impact Showcase?
Which one?
You should. I'm talking about Paul. You weren't on the third Impact Showcase.
No, I wasn't. I suck.
Oh,
Hi,
that
Phil.
was a-
I'm sorry, Billy. Didn't mean to come off like that.
That's
just wait till
totally
my
how it
mind's
came
right.
off.
I'm really sorry. That's not what I meant. I was trying to sell our guest here, and I'm just like attacked you.
So while we're getting this loaded,
Is it bittersweet?
A little bit.
You,
Well,
Well,
I
we're
think
ready
it's
to go.
getting all
We're ready to
set.
go.
after the podcast tonight, we going.
All right. Sounds like Ryder's lagging out over there.
yeah, I would say we're losing you a little
We're-
bit to lag.
Ryder's
You might
falling
wanna-
into the
You see
void.
the face cam? It's gone purple.
Oh, I think it's.
I am now
It's going purple.
I am.
Anyways,
All right.
Overwatch League.
Overwatch
Yeah,
League.
Yeah, what happened? This
Overwatch
weekend? Let's
League.
talk about.
Yeah, let's start with the first game. Was
All
anyone
right.
really surprised?
No one really surprised on that one. Boston continued to. Well,
I
continue
am
to
sort of
struggle.
surprised about 3-1, right? Like, or am I crazy to think that that should have been a 3-0? I mean, Reigns looked really good, so I'm kind of surprised that Boston got one.
I mean, they
but,
did just lose D.VA, so it's a kind of like a thing.
Rain
I mean,
also-
they
Oh, that's a
picked
good
up-
point.
Rain
That's a good
also
point.
look a bit haphazard to me.
Did
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they don't they feel a
mean-
little haphazard. Like their ult usage is just kind of not brainless, but close to it.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's-
they didn't. They played better than the other team that played against Uprising this week. No offense, but oof, we'll talk about that later on.
Yeah. So honestly, I'm not
I think-
surprised Boston took a map off of them because Atlanta make a lot of mistakes. They just have a lot of firepower to make up for it.
Yeah, more or less. Especially
Yeah.
with, I mean, if you really look at Atlanta's
I'm
play style
sweating.
right now, if Edison doesn't pop off or Ursa doesn't pop off, they don't win.
They don't win.
Oh shit! I don't have my
Next
screen. Up.
They actually pop up.
Shock Florida. I didn't see this one.
It should have been 3-0. I think Shock had plenty of chances to put the series away and just didn't.
Yeah,
Okay.
good series.
It was interesting. I mean, Florida Mayhem were fighting for their life. There was a good bit of Twitter banter going on at the same time. So, I mean, Shock really should have 3-0'd it, but Florida showed some fight to get back into the series, but really wasn't close.
No, and I'm still planning to go back and watch this one, but I figure, I mean, Florida's still trying to contend for at least that number 3, if not number 2 slot with Paris and Philly.
Yeah.
It
They're
seems.
trying.
Yeah, it seems like they're not succeeding very much. Did they look like they had a chance at it? I mean, was it a close
No.
3-1?
No,
Just
no one
got
there.
just got
No one there.
stomped.
Kind of
Yeah.
a roll. That's what I'm saying. Like, they had plenty
That's
of
what I was
chances to make
afraid
it
of.
4-0.
Yeah.
Can we not
Chengdu.
talk about the next one? It was the most shit Overwatch I've watched in a while.
Yeah, that one was
When
pretty. Chengdu Seoul.
When Chengdu becomes meta.
Yeah.
It
When
was
Chengdu-
terrible to watch. I'm not gonna lie. It was. Bleh. It was a bit like watching an Xbox Tier 1 team go up against a bunch of cars. You don't know who's gonna win, and they're both poo.
It was hard to watch. I
It
mean,
was hard.
like it was legitimately hard to like stay attentive through the match. I just kept kind of zoning out and not really paying attention. I tried to watch it, and it was. I mean, it literally just like I couldn't stay focused on it. It was so hard to watch. I was just mind numbing. I mean, now the next
Sold out.
match was probably my favorite one that I did see from last weekend.
Shanghai.
Shanghai London was an amazing match. Now that was
I
sick.
watched the replay because I did not stay awake for that.
Yeah, I fell asleep too, and I actually ended up catching.
I enjoyed
bits
this
and
one
stuff.
thoroughly.
I really
Do
freaking love this one.
you want to start, Bosco? On this one, since we
Well, I
both
mean,
watched it?
just the basics of it. I mean, London damn nearly reverse swept Shanghai.
Yeah, that was
It was
terrifying.
in classic London fashion. They can't win a control map, but London looked really good. Glister and what's the
Well, they
Who's the
mixed
other
up.
DPS? I always forget.
It's
Shhhhhh?
Shui. It was Shui from Norway.
Yeah, they looked really good. I mean, they
I
fed
remember
a
talking
little
about-
bit here and
Yeah.
there, but it kind of fit with London's highly aggressive style that they were
Yeah.
playing. They actually
That's
looked
a good
pretty
pun, by the
damn
way,
good, aside
even
from
though
a
you get it.
few mistakes.
He didn't get his own pun. That's quite funny.
What?
You're like, you said
Right.
highly aggressive style in London.
Oh yeah,
Think
fair
about it.
enough. I mean, Hailey actually looked good too. So, but yeah, I thought that was my favorite match from the weekend. Was
I've got some
Shanghai,
facts about
was
this one.
Shanghai London?
I have some facts.
Nice.
So
Bring us the facts.
Shanghai became the highest team the team with the highest amount of reverse sweeps this season after this one, with 2.
You mean like map 5 wins?
No, reverse sweeps in particular. So like they were 2-0 Diamond to 3-2.
Well, but I mean that's Shanghai was up 2-0.
Oh well. Anyways, they're still the highest. Shut up.
Shanghai was up 2-0 and London almost reverse swept them. But then just
They also have that's what the stat is as well. They also have the most reverse sweep preventions. That's
that what
the
it
other
is?
stat.
I
Yeah,
mean,
they're both of
Lip
them.
just popped off on Nepal. Like Lip absolutely just went ham on Nepal. Otherwise,
Is no one
London would have had a
considering him for
chance.
Rookie of the Year?
What?
No one considering Lip for Rookie of the Year? Nobody?
I think that Achilleos has at one point. I know that Tempo has at one point put Lip into the Rookie of the Year consideration.
Definitely early on in the season. 100% early on.
Yeah, 100%
Yeah.
early on.
But you still can't deny Sparkle. You can't deny Sparkle. I'm sorry. You just
Well,
you can't.
we'll talk about Paris when we get to Paris, and then
I think the Rookie of the Year is all going to depend on who wins it all. I mean, I
Yeah,
think
100%.
there's a rookie from each of those top 4 elite teams that probably
I mean, there's
deserves
2
it.
on Shanghai. Li Jiagong, Lip.
Yeah, Li Jiagong and Lip could easily get it on both of them.
Just casually.
I
on
mean,
And then we'll talk about Fusion later on, but they have 2 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I mean,
Billy.
Alarm still has to be in that.
Alarm and
conversation.
Hisu. But we'll talk about
Yeah,
Hisu.
We'll talk about Hisu.
We'll talk about Hisu later on.
Any other thoughts
Or how-
on London, Shanghai?
I mean, Shui looked good, and I said at the start of the season, Shui was going to be good for London. We haven't seen much of them, because he came from Runaway, and
Right.
we haven't seen much of him. But I mean, it was good to see him play well. We'd like to see a bit more of Shui.
Who was playing alongside Glister before?
A Babel or Aldo, it really depended on what they're playing. If it
That's
was like
right.
May, it was Babel. If it was Sombra, it was Aldo. And it was a little bit messy. Both of them showed pretty good glimpses.
Yeah, but both were pretty forgettable, as I forgot their names.
Although,
That's my excuse.
Hey, or playing alongside Glister. No one got my joke. I'm really good at these joke things, you know.
Yes,
Although,
yes,
no.
yes. Although. Okay, so moving on.
NYXL.
This one is an odd one.
This one,
this
it's
stands out.
It's really not. It's just something that we haven't been reminded of since season 1. NYXL are still fucking badass at dive.
Oh yeah.
Like, period.
Just- and they'll still stomp people.
You take Orisa out of the equation, NYXL look like gods. That's
You're forgetting something.
Please remind me.
Bianca came into the lineup.
Yes, I was not forgetting that. I was not
This
forgetting
one?
that at all.
Varia. Bianca. Oh, okay. Sorry.
No. I was just a
Yeah.
general blanket statement. I mean, it's
Yeah.
obviously it's a pretty different roster from season 1, but it was just a pretty blanket statement. I mean, we go into a dive look with no Orisa, and NYXL look back in form. I mean,
Yeah,
Guangzhou
and
played well. I mean, you can't say like Happy didn't play well. I mean, like, that they didn't show up. I mean, Guangzhou played. That was not a dominant 3-0. That was
Oh no.
Guangzhou fought their asses
Chara
off.
struggled a bit.
Char did struggle a bit. I agree.
Just
with
a little
that.
bit. I mean, it wasn't like they made like loads of mistakes, but just a couple like mistakes there and there. Just something I noticed. And I mean, it was actually something that we associate with NYXL as well, because it was a bit of a slower dive. It was like a slower counter dive composition that they were trying.
But
Well,
that-
not composition, but they were playing it. It was a bit slower than usual.
But that's how dive works best these days, I'd say. Like the traditional way of just diving the backline so you can kill the Zin first doesn't work anymore. So it's the
Yeah.
slow
mean,
dive.
It's
it
really
does.
slow.
It does in Sombra dive.
Right.
That's why Shanghai are so good at it.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sombra dive, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
like, Like New
The
Dive
most
is
effective
like
dive it does.
New Dive is really set up like predicated around, especially on like any
It's
payload
more about
map like
controlling
that.
space. It's super
Yeah,
weird.
it's like just setting up different angles, and then if you can get into the backline, just rotating around almost like an overtime cart.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You can just keep rotating
If you
it.
want to
and-
want, yeah.
Just hand off the baton. All right, your turn to go
I-
put some pressure down. Go get some
Yeah,
cooldowns
it's-
out. All right, you got some
Yeah.
cooldowns out. Hand off the baton. Oh wait, you have an
I have,
ultimate. Let's go
I
kill
have a good
shit.
example as well. I have a
It's
good
like a die
example.
by attrition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually a really good way to
Good
put it.
examples. Good examples of that is like watch Team CC in the last Chinese contender season, and then watch Shanghai, because what they'll do, and you actually saw this against Flag Gaming. That's why they lost in the upper bracket. Team CC were testing all these weird ways of running dive, and you would see that Golgo is really good at controlling high grounds, and then watch later
Balzaria.
on Shanghai the next week. Yeah, and you'd see it later on. Shanghai would be really, really good at controlling high grounds, and creating the space that way. Especially if you watch Shanghai Dragons in particular on Rialto. Watch them on Rialto and how Fearless will play Winston, and how he will just control the space and then DPS of as much space as possible, because he's just sitting on that high ground as Winston and then waiting for a moment. He is very, very good at that map in particular. And I don't normally point out players on maps, but there's one.
I felt like Fearless actually struggled against London. Like,
He did.
I feel like
He had a bad
Shanghai
game.
won despite Fearless.
Yeah, he had a poor game.
But we're done with that one. We're done with that one. I thought that was an interesting match though. NYXL Guangzhou was actually a really good match. Then there's
Next
Shock
match.
Vancouver.
Do we even need
Really
Speed
interesting.
run.
Speed
run.
run. It's the fastest Overwatch match in the history of OWL.
It's a sub 20.
Real quick,
Yeah.
by the way, should we also mention what I sent earlier?
Oh, yeah.
Like how astronomically better Smurf was than every other Winston this week?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that.
Yeah, can you
I
pull
mean,
that up?
Smurf's
Can you
really
pull that up, Bull?
underappreciated.
Yeah, I'll pull that up.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking, we're approaching 80% final blows or fight wins as the Winston. We're looking at what would we say, 13 or 12 final blows per 10 minutes. That is insane stats. That's like season 1 stats when dive was so prevalent. And I mean, I'd love to see it. Both Bullskunk and I are big monkey players. He's better than me on it. But good God, like just he's so 11,250 hero damage for hero damage done in the team fights.
I actually thought the graphic was messed up because I couldn't find him.
Yeah, no, I didn't see him at first. I didn't see him at first. I was like, okay, those are all right stats. Like Roar's doing better than I expected. I was like, oh god, that's Smurf up there by himself.
I dead ass was like, where the hell is he on this chart? But yeah, no, I mean,
here we go. I recentered it for you to chat. There we go. That looks better.
Yeah,
Wow.
Smurf is literally outrageous.
So Smurf is up there in the far top right hand corner.
Yeah, so
To be
I mean,
fair, to Smurf. Okay, go ahead, Paul, first.
I was just gonna say, Fearless is close. Like in team fight win rate, like but in terms of that, like it's not astronomical, but in terms of hero damage and final blows, one, it's disgusting, but I think it's more notable almost like how bad someone like Gesture is. Like, why the hell are you even playing Winston if your results are that bad? Like, just drop it.
We didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, big cough.
But yes, just to explain the chart for those, because the text is probably a little small depending on what device you might be watching this on. So the left-hand grid is your damage per 10, from bottom up, and then the left to right is final blows per 10. So Smurf is way up in that top right-hand corner. If you can see the dotted lines,
The more I laugh.
I know, right?
the dotted lines are your median. That's your average. So it's Hydration, OG, and Fearless are all well above average this past week. But then also, if you look at the far right hand column, that's your team fight win rate percentage, and oh my god,
Yeah, I mean,
It's crazy.
that's
I'm
a
actually
nutty
going to point
stat.
out Smurf because I feel like that might be the best deal in Overwatch history.
Paul is shouting.
Shock
I don't feel like
Smurf.
Paul's out loud. Sorry, go ahead.
Shock picked up Smurf in a trade for Dante from the Outlaws. And I think like that's better for the pro teams, tremendous for one.
So
I don't know, feel like that might be the best trade in Overwatch League history.
I mean, for Houston,
I mean, you got Smurf, and no offense to Super, but he can't play Winston and he can't play Orisa as well as Super.
That's what I'm saying. That'd be a good trade for Houston. Like, Houston has plenty of star power DPS. They in no way need Dante.
You know, they're fine with Lynx, or if they still have Lynx, right? He hasn't left.
Yeah.
Do you mean San Francisco has plenty of star power DPS?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Are you talking about the previous trade?
I'm talking about Smurf and Dante ages ago when they traded them at the start of last season.
I thought you were talking about them going back. That's where I was like, okay. You're talking about what happened at the beginning of season 2. Yeah.
I was saying that is the best trade of all time. Sorry.
Yes. No, it was my fault. I misunderstood. That was my fault.
Yeah. But yeah, that is such a good trade deal for both of them.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I mean, that was a great trade. But no, that was a great stat. Good find, Airborne. Love this stat here. Oh, where did you find that? Where if people want
it was on Captain Planet or I think.
I found it originally on the competitive Overwatch Reddit. That's a really good read if you decide to ever scroll down it. They just have random stats and stuff like that.
Okay, very cool.
I also really don't like Poco on those threads. Don't know why. They really hit him.
Let's scoot this back over so we can see our dates. I need to get this formatted a little better. We'll tighten this up here before too long.
Better. We keep losing our intro.
I don't know what happened to the intro. The intro just actually I probably do know what happened.
I blame Knight Rider.
Ever noticed that every single time we have poll, we don't have an intro?
That's sort of...
Yeah, that's a weird trend.
That is really weird.
That's not sus.
Honestly, I probably just organized the folder and need to relink it or something silly.
That's the worst. That's like the worst thing about that sort of thing. It's like, oh yeah, I'll just like make my desktop look clean, and then you break every single.
And then you break
thing you've ever
everything.
made.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. All right. Let's get back on track here. Let's see. Florida Mayhem 3-0 Justice. That's to be expected. Dallas beat up Boston. To be expected.
Hang on. Before you just skip past Dallas and Boston, you almost lost that series.
Yeah.
Before you skip past that, I know you're a Fuel fan and everything, but you had to get hard carried by Gamsu.
Yeah, thank God.
Gamsu did have a great series.
Gamsu's had a great pass.
I mean,
series, but they look lost yet again, the Fuel, and I am concerned. They look shit.
Yeah,
they deserve to lose that series.
I'm concerned going up against Philly next week, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But
this is my favorite match.
Oh, yes. And I didn't watch this match. I need to go back and watch this match.
Should I give you the story of this or no?
Yes,
please.
Yes,
Philly
please.
versus Glads.
Okay.
This is what I was really excited for, and I haven't had a chance to catch up on it yet.
So Gladiators from the outset and Fusion from the outset. From the outset, we noticed a couple things. Fusion are still running the Bat Break composition. With Alarm and Boombox. And we also see from the Gladiators some unique things. They're running the Brigitte Zen composition that we see in the APAC region a little bit more. Sometimes we see the Mercy Zen over in the APAC region. We also saw Mirror on Zari, which is a hero he was very prevalent on Goats. And we saw Kevstar on Genji, and we saw Bertrand on Tracer.
I don't like the BAP pick. The BAP doesn't make any sense to me into a Winston Wrecking Ball composition. That was something I was going to talk about with.
It was a Zarya Winston comp that we were mostly running.
I meant with either Ball or Winston. If you're running either of those as your main tank, BAP just seems to get no value. It's something I noticed. I did watch the Washington-Houston game, and that's something I did not like the BAP pick. I felt like they kept getting too stubborn on the Baptiste. How did Philly make it work?
It's a more stable. It's a more stable pick, and actually, it didn't work. It is a more stable pick traditionally, but what they did, they were 2-0 down at the break. Kevstar was having an absolute monster series on the Genji, and they couldn't find an answer. Fusion. They were just getting outplayed by the sort of Briggs-Zen composition. They were getting outplayed by Mirror, Kevstar, and Shaz. Shaz in particular had a really good Zenyatta series, especially on map 1 as well. So that was pretty cool to see. So Gladiators, they look like they're coming back on form. And then this man, who I think is going under the radar for MVP potential, Hisu came back into the lineup. Funny Astro came into the lineup, and they switched the meta completely. What they did is they picked Volskaya. They knew Volskaya was next, right? And they're really good at Volskaya. They switched the entirety of the series around. And they ran Sober Tracer, Lucio, Moira, and just forced a meta on Gladiators that they just wouldn't be good at. Because Shaz isn't good at Moira. He just isn't. Sorry. And they forced him onto this meta. Hisu completely outsombered Kevster. Kevster looked lost after that. And they won the series pretty nicely from there. I mean,
Right.
Sato had a really good series as well, but they forced a new composition on them, and Hisu completely outperformed Kevster on the Sombra.
And
So
we definitely saw more of the Lucio Mora coming back this past weekend with.
it's more consistent.
It's more stable for sure. You got a lot more sustain than with the Briggs in, which I think is the other successful support comp in lieu of minus the Arisa, in lieu of Arisa.
That breaks still good. That breaks got the most stability out of any of the support comps.
It's still. I think that works in double shield. I think that works wonders with an Arisa
even over its current status, the Bop and the Break actually died the least technically, and statistically, it is technically the most stable.
Fair enough.
However, in practicality, your Zarya is actually dies. I think it's a crazy stat, like 1.8 times more when you're running that composition.
Wow.
I can't figure out the link between that too well. I actually want to look into that a little bit more.
Well,
yeah,
I would look at who's getting kills. I imagine the Zarya tends to chase down the Discord orbs, and that allows you to keep the edge in those fights.
Yeah,
right.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because everybody else is running Briggs in. When you have Discord, your Zarya's winning the fights and isn't dying.
True.
The Baptiste isn't able to provide the value for
I mean,
the Zarya.
and when other teams are running a Zen, I'm sorry.
I'm saying
You're going the same place.
Your Zarya dies more, a lot more, 1.8 times in mine. That's like almost twice as many deaths.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That's crazy.
So that's something I want to look into a little bit more. That's one of the stats I picked up on this weekend. So
here's my take on that. With this quote unquote Chinese dive thing that we've got going on right now, when you're running the Ana into that, I think that when you have the Zarya bubbles and you're enabling the cleave damage, you're saving that cooldown of the jump to get out with the rocket pack. You're playing to get the nano boost onto the Winston with the Tesla cannon, not worrying about the primal rage, or if you're trying to build him up to that primal rage, you're trying to enable the Winston to get as much zap damage out of that damn Tesla cannon. And when you go with the nano boost, that's almost like insta kills with against any of the squishies that you're going against. So you've got the jump damage going into it, you've got the nano boosted Tesla cannon, you've got the damage reduction also. And if Zarya can stay up during the middle of that, then that's a wonderful initiation and team fight win tool right there.
We've seen that a little bit more in contenders, but I mean, Ana's been banned out for
Ana's banned out, unfortunately. So that's a good point for now, like for this week.
That was my take. I'm thinking outside the box here.
Yeah, it's a good take.
No, it's a good take. We've definitely seen some Ana in contenders in the past.
Yeah, I know. My leagues are melding together
slowly but surely.
They are melding. Everything's going on at that time.
Contenders, and I'm just like Hagen torture is somewhat viable.
Somebody's been watching Avoided.
Yeah, sorry. It's very, very 50-50. I'm not sure if that's like coaching or whatever it is, but Ana's been very, very 50-50 in that sort of level.
Something you started to touch on that I was wondering, why the Mercy Zen? Why is Mercy seeing a comeback in the APAC region?
In the APAC region, realistically, it would be Mercy's a lot easier to shot call behind in one sense. I've heard some very minor things about shot calling, but realistically, it's just extra mobility and being able to damage boost heroes like Genji like that.
Interesting. Because I'm noticing that they're opting for the Mercy a lot of times over the Brig. So I don't know.
It's Brig on more linear points. For example, you'll see them switch to the Brig on point C Gibraltar.
Right, when it's just kind of brawly points.
Gibraltar's actually a perfect example. Let me go for that. So point A and point B, you'll run the Mercy, where you're gonna be taking really off angles with your Genji. You're gonna be running the Mercy around a lot of the place, damage boosted Winstons, Genjis. Those are damage boosted targets. Yeah. But in the linear points, Brigitte's Inspire is just better. It's just a better ability. Inspire and especially it's really easy to land whip shots on point C. I've noticed. What was that crazy stat on whip shots on Gibraltar? It wasn't even. It was taken from Chinese contenders last season.
You can make use of the Drake's entire kit. She is as broken as people say, but when people basically like whiff her whip shots or whiff
whip shots is
target, she's borderline useless.
Actually, that brings me back to a point about that John Galt said. He said that John Galt probably is the most Brigade's probably the most tech of any support. by far.
Was what?
And with Brigitte, most tech. Like you've
Oh.
got whip shield combos, you've got everything. There's so much tech with Brigitte.
Yeah.
And he's right.
Mhm.
And he was
Yeah.
trying to detail some of it on stream. And he couldn't do it. He actually couldn't do it. He was trying to show it off, and he couldn't do it. So he was like trying to find it was quite funny.
If you want to see some weird Brigitte text, just watch Moth on Twitch.
Yeah,
Moth
Moth has some really cool break tech on stream.
Take a moment to answer Inspector Luke's question here real quick. Any CGL stream or casting questions should probably be directed at Billy. Billy is your stream lead for CGL, and he would be able to help you as far as if you have any scheduling conflicts or need casting partners. Billy is absolutely the person to talk to. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Let us move on.
So, actually, another person, if you want to watch Brigitte gameplay, you've got like the Overwatch League replay. If you watch Lee Jae-gon, Lee Jae-gon's Brigitte tech is absolutely astounding. His whip shield combo. Now, whip shield combo. I sound like I'm trying to coach a player, but it's cool. This is something I always explain to people. Whip shield combo is when you whip, get inspired, block a shot with your shield. It's really good against heroes like Roadhog in competitive play, but in actual ranked play, you're looking to do it against Genjis. You're also looking to do it against heroes like Winston, because not Winston. That's the wrong hero. Zarya. Fuck. I'll get my tanks wrong. Zarya. You can get to against Zarya. Basically, all the off tank heroes. It's really good at nullifying their value.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, it's great against Winston. If you can whip shot a Winston as he's diving in, you just place him completely. It's great.
Yeah,
it's
he's
a normal RT and then shield. RT, shield. RT, shield. And that's how you do it. It's like some sort of rhythm.
Right.
And John Galt was trying to do the rhythm. It's a slight cancel. It's a slight cancel.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. What was the purpose? That's cool.
It's a very, very slight cancel, and also it puts people off in their fire.
That's cool. Okay.
Sorry, it's really hard to explain. I always find whip shot combo because it's called whip shield, right? But she has the ability called whip shot, and it doesn't involve her whip shot.
Right.
So it's a different thing.
I see what you're saying. Moving on from Fusion barely narrowing out the Glads, or reverse sweeping the Glads.
I was about to add on to this that Fusion then equaled Shanghai's record of most reverse sweeps this season with this game.
Hey, Dallas is only one behind. All right.
Is that because they have one?
Yes, they have one. Chengdu 3-0ing the Spark. Spark continue their downward slide.
Once you're going, they're going. Yeah, I would say once you're going down. I mean, with how broken up this season is, that's sort of expected. Like once the wheels come off, I don't know where you're finding position to put the wheels back on here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're sort of just counting down for next season, which is fine. Start working on things for next season. This one's going to be. But I mean, with the tournament formats, I mean, they made the run in the last tournament, right? Weren't they? Didn't they have like a big upset or something?
They
beat it in
They
Excel.
had one.
They beat it in Excel, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah. Spark did beat it in Excel for Summer Showdown.
So at this point, like honestly, if I'm them, like don't even bother with these regular season matches. Like use them as scouting grounds just for tournaments.
This is why he's smart
one.
Yeah, just like it just seems like the right move. Like it's the same philosophy as like a lot of NBA teams do that, right? Like you'll see them go like 45 and 35, 45 and 37, and all the talking heads will be like, "Oh, I don't know, maybe they shouldn't. Maybe they're not going to do well in the playoffs." It's like no more. And like they know they can win 60, but they're not going to bother. I mean, they're sort of in the opposite boat where they're tanking just to build, but with the tournament formats, like why wouldn't you take advantage of it? Like if they do like a Swiss or something crazy, just prep for those. I think so. I don't think Spark's done for by any means, but regular season's gonna be tough to watch gain anything from.
I mean,
not gonna show their hand.
I'd put them at 4th right now at best in APAC.
Yeah, I like what they're doing. I'm not gonna write them off entirely. I think just that one win against NYX, was like enough for me to keep them on my radar in any.
That's fair.
Coming up.
That's fair.
They seem well rounded.
I've always
as well.
liked Gushui. I mean, yeah, they are very well
Yeah,
rounded.
I've always liked Gushui.
They seem to have a lot of
Still
solid parts in every role.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I don't understand with this team is they seem to have.
Do you know what I would like Contra Spark for next season?
They're one of the teams that we probably expect more from them just because 1, they performed last season. 2, they have solid pieces. They added more solid pieces, but they're still underperforming.
Well, what's their coaching staff like? And
not great, to be honest. It's okay.
Not great,
they're a bit outdated in my opinion. God,
I
that's
gotcha.
so harsh. I'm talking about Overwatch League with staff, and I'm like, no, I did it.
Well, I mean that it's such a whirlwind. Like 15 years in the traditional sports, probably like a 3-year window in OWL. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're not outdated as in the sense of Wizard Kong is basically a stale piece of bread. But
Ocean is
they're
Wizard Young.
not great. But I would.
It's his
He's
biggest fan.
terrible.
It's
I'm
his biggest
sorry.
fan.
But I would like to see Hojo pick up RUI for next season if it's available.
I gotcha.
That would be
Remind me,
something I would
where's RUI from again? Where we
RUI was coach of Shanghai during the end of stage 3, came in with Fearless at the end of stage 3, when Shanghai were improving in season 1, and also was the coach of Chengdu Hunters last season and coach of Team China.
There you go.
Cool.
That's what I thought. I just wanted a little reminder for all the people at home, anybody who might have recognized the name and couldn't quite place it.
Probably Overwatch information. I have nothing else in there. It's really sad.
We love it. We love it. I'll pick your
Yeah,
brain all day
it's
long.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I asked about the coaching staff, because I'm like, I know Ocean knows this. And
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know. So I'm gonna ask him.
Shanghai 3-0 Seoul. No big surprises there.
Yeah.
Paris 3-0 Glads. This one is actually kind of interesting, and it's
It was
who-
kind of close.
we were doing
Yeah,
predictions last week. Was it you, Paul, or somebody said if Glads lose to Philly, they're going to be boomed and not do anything against Paris?
Or
This
I
was
think
called-
I might have had it even the other way around. I might even have Glads end up beating Philly. They'll still be boomed just from like fatigue. But,
I think you
but to
had.
your
I
point,
think
I
you
was
had.
the one that made that prediction. I said,
Oh,
I
it
was
was-
saying, no,
Billy.
Billy might have been on it
I think
first.
Billy.
I think
Yeah,
I
it was
down with
Billy.
them.
Said if they lose to Philly, they're going to lose to Paris.
yep.
And,
And it was not going to be close.
right.
And they got reverse swept, right? That was the thing on the one. So yeah, they just got so they went 0-5 after starting the weekend 2-0.
As far as
They
map
weren't
score,
like-
yes, sir.
okay, sorry.
Yeah.
They weren't
That's-
completely poo by any means, but it wasn't great.
Yeah, like I'm seeing what I'm looking at the wrong. Am I looking at the right thing here?
No.
2-0.
Yeah.
What? Oh, they put. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 2-0, 2-1, 3-2. So they were putting up points at least by the end, but
Yeah.
Philly, Toronto. I didn't watch this game.
Nothing really to talk about.
Nothing?
Toronto got shit on.
Toronto just got shit on. Poor guys.
yeah, that's.
I like a lot of their players. I mean, like
Purdue's good. Man.
Oh, the Houston game.
The Houston game.
mentally. I mean, but like I like
Let's talk about
agilities.
that.
We're
I like
gonna say
as far as gamers, as far as just people. Like,
Okay, yeah.
I just like their players as players, not necessarily for their caliber compared to the other DPS in the league or whatnot. But they're just fun people to watch.
I know
Charming
what I think of
personalities.
right?
I love agilities.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
care about
Bree's
that.
great, man.
Cool guy, but I just don't think he's good.
Who?
Agilities.
Agilities, yeah. He was one of the first people I followed
They have
on Twitch.
agility, Surefour, Kareem,
He
Nevik.
has those metas where he is quite good, and he showed some signs of being better again.
He did.
But-
Toronto started to kind of uptick a little bit. We were thinking maybe Toronto's actually doing something.
Yeah, but they hit him with this. They hit him with the bans again. I just say
Yeah,
get rid of the effing bans. Get rid of the bans. Let the players play what they want to play.
Oh, I like the current hero ban system, honestly.
That's what I think
I'm
about the
fine
hero
with it.
ban system. It takes some of the excitement out of the game.
Yeah, but we get to see
Thank
things like
you.
Winston and Wrecking Ball.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed the meta that we've seen over the past 2 weeks. I'm glad it wasn't just all Orisa Sigma all the time.
Double
And it's-
shield.
Like it's nice to actually see the teams play some scientists and play the hamster. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to see those compositions and to see
Everyone
what
likes
people do with them.
hamster.
Okay.
Not
With-
everybody likes
Even with his
hamsters.
current
Washington
glitches of him
What?
phasing through the entire map.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay,
that's a weird bug. Okay, we'll touch on that in a second. Yeah, Houston, Washington. That was
Odd series.
that was a very odd series. A lot of mistakes on both
Oh.
sides. I actually watched that one. I was
I
intrigued.
didn't like it. I didn't like watching it. It's one of those games where you're just like watching it and you're like, they're both poo.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
It's like I was like when I was analyzing I was doing match reviews for NA contenders and I was looking at them and I was like, what happened this team fight? And then realized they were just playing bad.
well, didn't
And
they play Lynx or Blase? I don't remember seeing Dante.
They
Yeah, I don't
they
think
switched
they
up the
did.
plus line a little bit. It was messy. It was really messy. The only plus for the Outlaws next week is they play Shock next week and Shocker have Violet suspended. So
Oh, that's
I mean,
right.
they still have Twilight and Moth, so
Oh,
Right.
fuck.
or
yeah.
Rascal, you know.
Or Rascal,
Or
yeah.
Rascal.
Rascal. Or fucking anyone on our roster quite at this point.
Rascal.
But that was the
First,
match
third, regardless.
where like Houston refused to switch off of Baptiste, and it was just not working at all. Like there was just
Yeah.
zero value.
Hey,
from
they
the
pulled in
value.
Atlanta, banging their head against the wall. The
Yeah,
same
it did.
thing.
That's Houston to a T, though. That's been them from the beginning. Like you can change coaching staffs and players, and like everyone you want, they're always going to be like stuck on players. Like I love Linkster. I have his jersey, but like
Linkster's still good. I think Linkster's good. I mean,
yeah, but he'll be the first one on Twitter to be bad mouthing one TP or OTPs, and it's like you were literally one, and that's why you couldn't even play for an entire meta. Like
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they are so they have such tunnel vision at
I mean,
times.
like,
it doesn't work.
all he can really play is the hit scan characters, and his best hero is Widow. So yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Have you seen Linkster's Symmetra off of Spawn when he sets up the TP?
Oh, his Symmetra is dirty. I'll give you that. But
His Symmetra's quite good. I don't know why I pointed that out.
Let's say he's not gonna
It is
use
very
that now.
not often.
He has used it. Thank you.
Okay,
Probably
Not
not
very often.
Not
He's
very
used it.
Thought he would.
who's the best Symmetra in the league?
Shut
That's
up.
a good question.
I don't
No,
know.
that's a
I
good question.
don't know.
I don't know that we have enough data to support that question.
I'm pretty sure Link's got the first ever final blow on Symmetra in
I
the
think
entire
he did
league
too,
history.
actually.
Quote me on that.
That sounds right.
I think it was on Dorado against Soul.
It sounds right.
Why do I know that? Please,
Good
someone
question.
get that out of my head.
Good question. So one thing I wanted to ask: did this Genji patch ever go
No.
through? Or
Yes. It got
Yes
patched.
and no.
it did get
Yes
patched?
and no.
It did
Well,
not
no,
get
yeah.
that.
Genji
It
meant
did,
it,
and
but
then they
Moira didn't.
revoked it.
No.
So
Yeah, but the patch. Yeah,
Genji
that's what I was talking about. Is they tried
Genji
to
went through, Moira didn't. Thank you.
no, but the patch itself got reverted because it bugged out the whole
Yeah.
game and broke Overwatch.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so that's
Yeah.
and so they reverted the patch. So like when we were playing last night, it was still on the Super Saiyan Genji. In the matches
Oh,
I was
was
casting last night. Yes, the patch, as far as I know, hasn't gone back through yet. That's what I was asking.
Correct.
On
yes,
console,
you are
there's
right.
the patch notes say it's still in on console, which is why I was saying that.
Okay. It might still be in on console. Maybe it only broke PC Overwatch. But
Or,
like,
maybe they just didn't take the patch note thingy away.
I haven't gotten an update.
but
Yeah, they haven't re-put it back in. That's why the players today on
yeah, the contenders player were on the live server.
exactly because of the
Yeah.
because of the break, and that's the because did the Genji
Okay.
thing other than breaking the whole game, was that what broke the doors, or is that a different glitch?
No, that's what broke the doors.
Okay.
It
How
the
the hell-
part of that patch it broke Wrecking Ball. Is what it did.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got
So-
the wrecking ball literally just all
Yeah.
the way through.
Yeah, if you threw an armor pack or I guess a healing pack or whatever the hell it's called now on the Wrecking Ball, yeah, he would glitch
His
out. And
grapple broke.
what's that?
And he
His grapple broke, and then like it's just a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
shit.
exactly. His
Yeah,
grapple
there's a
would
lot
break,
wrong.
and he would just like teleport through the map.
Woo!
It was absolutely game breaking.
It was pretty hilarious to watch the clips though.
Okay, so follow up question: do we think Genji is still going to get playtime in Owl despite losing 2 points of
A little bit.
damage and
Not as much.
losing some of his rate of fire on that?
Yes.
on
Yeah.
that
A
Owl?
little
It's
bit.
not
He'll
enough.
get some play. Not
It'll-
as much, but
yeah,
he'll
you'll
get
get some
some play.
teams. You'll get some fringe teams thinking about.
But I think a lot of teams are going to bank on the Genji still working with their superstars, like Sparkle, who
Haxel,
plays
Yeah,
Genji so well that I don't think
Haxel
he
did it
needs the
well.
buffs.
right?
They'll go to Sober Tracer and try and force teams onto Sober Tracer.
That was the
Also-
follow up question to that. Is if they're not going to run Genji, what becomes meta? If we're not seeing Genji
Sombra.
Ash, do you think that's going to work in Double Shield?
Mm,
Not enough damage.
Mm,
Not enough damage. Now, unless you're immediately pouncing upon the hack target, they're not going to get enough value.
Well, and that's
You're
what I was
not
asking
gonna
about
build-
Double
you're not-
Shield.
You have to get
there's
Sombra.
Sombra synergies with Doomfist, right? And he goes through
Oh.
shields.
I don't
Yeah,
want
we
the
could get the
Doomfist
Hack Fist back.
Mhm.
Angry! LJ1, thank you for subbing for 6 months in a row, man.
It's very, very similar in how he works to Genji and how dives are functioned. So
No, it's true.
like
It's true.
they're very, very similar. But if we don't see that, we'll see Double Shield Ash, I think.
Do you think
Are we
the
gonna
tanks
see
would
the Moira
change?
fade?
It'll be back to Orisa, won't it? No, Orisa's unbanned.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If we stick with Hackfist, do you think there'll be a tank lineup change? Do you think they're going to try to adapt to the Chinese dive that we've seen so much of the past 2 weekends?
Winston Zarya with the Hackfist is pretty good. You can also run a traditional Winston D.Va. You can run Zarya Bowl. There's so many options with Hackfist. It's such a versatile DPS lineup. So, I mean, Sombre's such a versatile DPS hero as well. You can run Sombra in so many different ways.
And we did actually see
So-
some successful D.Va over the weekend. That was one thing I noticed. Washington actually looked good. Well, that was the
Yeah.
shining light for me on Washington was Jonu. Was Jonu on
Yeah.
D.Va. He actually looked amazing. Like, it was like, that character knows how to play D.Va.
See, D.Va is good on maps like Volskaya currently, is also good on maps like Eichenwald, but Zarya is also pretty good on those maps when you're running the Zarya Winston. So it really depends on how you want your Doomfist player to play.
Right.
How you want to be. If you want your Doomfist player to get frags, you're going to be running the Zarya. If you want your Sombra player to build EMPs and focus stuff on that, and you want to focus on just building EMPs and winning fights off EMP, then you're going to run the D.Va. I'll explain the
Aw.
multiplayer in a bit.
Getting all buddy over there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So that's really
They're gonna
that's
start
really what
breeding
happens.
each
It really
other's
depends on
players.
what win conditions you want to set, what win conditions you're good at setting, and then you'll maybe see those sort of Hackfist compositions come through. But that's just me dreaming, really. I want to see some Hackfist. I feel like we're just going to see double shield dash compositions yet again.
You know, you've
Just think
been
Hackfist
right
would
on
work
some of these things before.
Sparkle's favor too, because that's
I
literally
mean,
what
I've
they.
been right.
missed.
I mean, I'm dreaming on this one.
Doha gets traded to Paris, and they just run
Oh,
Hackfist
stop.
again.
Oh,
my
no.
Yikes.
Imagine what would happen to the fuel if Doha got traded to Paris.
Wait, no, here's one better. Just give Chipsa to the fuel. Like, it fits, right?
Hilarious.
Look at Paul. Paul, I'm in on that one.
Fuel's been the meme team, like the streamer squad from day one. Just throw Chipsa on the fuel. Like,
Has he been playing? I haven't kept up on him.
no,
He's played one map and won that map and has the highest elimination pretend in the league. Yes, you read that right.
Yep.
Jeez.
he also hurled himself off the side of Eichenwald. So
It's one down on the map.
was
It's
not
one
his
down
fault,
on
though.
the top he played was him jumping off the side of the map, which
Wait,
I think
what?
is hilarious.
Wasn't it on Nepal?
No,
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 it was
it was
Eichenwald.
a waste of Gardens.
it was Oasis.
Oh, it was Gardens. It was Gardens. Okay,
Waste
I
of
was thinking-
Gardens.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Gardens.
I was thinking it
Okay,
was
yeah,
like-
yeah, yeah. I thought it was Nepal.
Yeah,
Satan.
Yeah, like, I
The
don't even
balls
think
all
there should
look
be
the
any more
same.
trades made.
Oh,
Yeah, and then San Francisco just randomly adds a Genji player, and yeah,
as time tends to do when you're having fun, it's gotten away from me a little bit here today. We should probably move
Yeah.
on.
no.
Contenders continues to go. Just a couple of
Do we have
quick
any
highlights. Team Doge got beat today.
Yeah, that's good. Can I point out Triumph for well, after the first game I was really worried for Triumph. Well, did anyone catch what happened to Triumph Gaming in the losers bracket?
Yeah, wait. Let me pull up bracket because I don't think I've missed a game watching
Is
yet.
this what you guys were talking about in chat for like there was
My God. So I'll
Probably.
explain quickly. Square One subbed in their coach, who is Platt, on support, and he played Break. And Square One won
Oh,
against Triumph.
yeah.
How
That's
can
right.
you
Wow.
sub in your coach?
He's on the
you were allowed
roster.
to list him as a
He's-
sub.
He's on the roster, man.
Really?
He's on the roster
Yes,
as
he's
a
on the
sub.
roster.
That's why Natter played for the 03rd Impact because
Yeah.
he's like a GM level player and they needed one
But
one
no,
time
but-
because they were on the roster.
but-
A
But
plat.
it's not the case here.
Yeah.
We
They're
have a
throwing a
Platt.
plat player in contenders. We're not talking
Yeah,
about open
fundamental.
division. You know, we're not talking about like a
then
GM
what?
game. This is freaking contenders. Like these are 4,500
good.
plus.
Yeah.
He looked good on the break.
Yeah.
He had some good break tech, some really nice whip shots. Like,
Hey, Briggs all about the brain, man. It's all about the game sense.
It really is.
Yeah, so if you guys want a quick rundown, like Europe,
Please.
avoided was
Europe-
2-0, which was
Yeah.
sort of sad because they're fun to watch. They're really quirky, but it was
I've
just
cast them a couple
little bit
times.
too
They're very
quirky.
fun to watch.
British Hurricane 2-0.
dominating. They're just dominating.
Obey Alliance is the old Raspberry Racers. That name.
Oh,
got
is it?
picked up.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that actually.
Yeah.
I just thought there was
Yeah.
some new team.
Yeah,
No,
that was
they
just
won
a-
today,
I noticed
too.
the names
Day
on the
of.
roster.
That was a
like,
very
wait,
one-sided series too.
Yeah, so
British
Brit-
Hurricane is good, man.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like Europe's pretty chalky. It's it's
Ever since we
Obey
lost to
and-
County, Europe's went downhill. I mean, AT have been fun to follow, but I mean,
and then like so NA, so a little bit of the good tweet came out a little bit ago. Let me pull it up for you guys because we like the spicy content here. So
Oh no.
so in the bracket, so Doge beat
I'm trying to find the brackets. They're all old on the Overwatch League website.
and even on the
Yeah.
Twitter, I don't think they're up to date actually. So, but Doge said 2-0 that they tweeted a tweet that they 2-0'd Scion. Okay, so then Doge beat Comically Large Crosshair, Scion beat Square One, Doge beat Scion in the semifinals for losers. And Doge tweeted out, quote, another 2-0 this time against Scion. Would say GG's, but don't really have much respect for a team whose players are win traders, boosters, and cheaters. Lol. Respect to all the other teams, though. This only goes for Scion.
Damn.
Was that against Scion, yeah?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Doge, yeah, that was
I mean,
Doge
that
for
is
Scion.
true. It is a true fact.
And
But-
if we want the flashback back to a week ago when Bull and Chef Billy interviewed Salty from Revival, and he said, and I don't have the quote in front of me, but he basically echoed the same sentiment about Scion.
Uh-huh.
So the Scion disrespect continues.
Well, talking about Scion, because Scion had a couple of behavioral issues in the past, and their statement on it was really, really cool, to be honest. It was that they were going to try and educate their players instead of, just kicking them and stuff. And they just lied to us, to be honest. It was just a big, blatant lie in front of us by the looks of things.
Man, those things take time.
Yeah,
I mean, they take time, but, it hasn't improved, and it's been a good month and a half at least now.
Fair.
Yeah, it's like Cohesion. I would say Cohesion played in this tournament. I know there was some controversy surrounding him playing or not because he wasn't in good standing. Then he was, and he wasn't. Then he was.
It's really weird, yeah.
Yeah. So I think a lot of the players are just like, I'm sort of done with this. Like, if we're just gonna keep allowing this, like, we're just gonna stop them and we're not gonna we're not paying them their
I
due
mean,
or anything.
people are obviously scared of what happened with Kalush/Higgin happening again. You know what I mean? Like, someone who did genuinely reform, and I can confirm they have reformed. One, coming from the console scene, and two, knowing a lot of people who know they have reformed.
Yeah.
To an extent as well. And they weren't allowed in Overwatch League. We know that they weren't allowed in Overwatch League.
Yep.
And that's quite a sad story.
I did
And
a
they
lot
obviously
of
want to
stupid
avoid that
shit
here.
between the ages of 15 and 18. Like,
Yeah.
I did
if
know that
my
stuff.
career would have been ruined by one bad mistake from when I was 16 years old, it most certainly would have happened. Like, that's just... That's just what you do when you're 16. You're feeling your way through life. You make mistakes to figure out what the hell is going on around you in a complete sense, and to have your whole career punished for that without any chance for redemption is overly harsh the other way. It's too much in the cancel culture side of things.
I really hated who was the one calling him on Twitter, and we will not discuss that person right now. We will move on.
No, this isn't about that. I do agree that reformed people and second chances are definitely needed in
They're
the scene
scared of
to a point,
cohesion
and particularly with the younger
cohesion.
gamers.
And
Yeah.
And I guess
Oh,
even to your
what did you
point, Bull,
do?
this week with
Yeah, turn that off. Y'all just turned into ghosts over there. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
With-
off, Paul.
with the I'm trying to find the statement, but I'm not gonna find it. That the player from Shock and the way they approached that, I thought was so smart to
Right.
be like, yeah, we're gonna suspend him for a
Yeah,
game. We're gonna
Right.
do
there.
it and we're gonna teach him why what he did was wrong. And it's like, yeah, like that's the way to handle these things. Like, you don't have to like
Yeah.
suspend him for the whole year. Just be, hey, if you do this again, you're in trouble. But this time you're gonna sit for a game, you're gonna pay the price, and like we're gonna
Yeah.
reevaluate and help you out. Like that should be the purpose of this education first. Like it's not like he committed a crime. You know what I mean? He did something wrong, and he needs a stern talking to and like get sorted things out. But
Right.
I like how they
It's
handle
not like
that.
he was part of Boston.
Hey,
Oh.
oh. That's,
So who's it
that's-
going to be next year?
The Mufen Man.
Who's gonna be next year? Am I allowed to guess or no? Is that out of 10?
Yes, I want you to guess.
Who's it gonna be next year? Or is that the guess? This is
Oh, no,
this
no,
is terrible.
you skipped this.
That is
No,
out of
no.
10.
This is terrible. No,
That's a terrible
that's a
idea.
terrible topic. Let's not talk about that.
I would rather not talk about this.
Let's
Just
conti-
kidding.
Let's continue.
Oh, it was a joke when I said am I allowed to guess.
And moving on.
All right, moving on.
do- do we have any closing thoughts on
so
contenders
We've already,
before?
we are,
British or sorry, European contenders is boring. I miss Gigante.
Nobody can beat British Hurricanes. That's basically what it comes
Yeah,
down
no,
to.
because we
I don't
lost
think we
Gigante. AC kind of fell apart, but they're rebuilding. after okay, so actually I do want to talk about I'll wait until open division to talk about NT actually.
Well,
But
let's start talking about open division. Let's touch on open division real quick before we move on to our game showcase, because that's I would rather move on to that pretty quick. But we did just have open division conclude over the weekend, so I would like to touch on that. I think we'd be amiss if we just skipped over it entirely.
Yeah, I mean, I want to just flex that I'm a lucky charm because the two teams I followed this weekend both won their respective divisions.
I was working day and night all weekend. I did not get to catch nearly as much as I would have liked. So y'all have to fill me in. What's the story?
Do you want to start? Who wants to start?
Angry Titan's good.
Angry
Titan's good.
Yeah, Angry Titans kind of dominated European open division. To be honest, there wasn't really anyone else that kind of came close. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Angry Titans look really good. I mean, since they've done a lot of rebuilding. So, quick backstory: Angry Titans used to be probably the second biggest contender in Europe to Team Giganti, which is a legendary name in Overwatch. I mean, Giganti used to be my favorite team back in the day. You know, Davin. Who else played? Fraggy played for them. Baku, Shaz. Magical names, especially a lot of French players. We almost Fraggy. Played on to Giganti. And back in Contenders 2019, AT and Giganti went back and forth for like 3 or 4 contender seasons. It was so awesome to watch. AT had a bit of a meltdown in the latest contender season, and we're trying to build things back up. Didn't quite work right away. And they got a new general manager. And I remember when they got a new general manager, I was like, oh, this is going to go to shit yet again because they're not going to be able to rebuild. But they just got rid of like half of their staff as soon as they came in. Rebuilt, and they've rebuilt from the ground, and they've rebuilt well. So credits to whoever that general manager is. I've forgotten their name, to be honest. I don't like to use source work. But they've done a hell of a job, and they're rebuilding that AT team. And well, I mean, one open division. I haven't seen many of their European contenders results because guess what? Actually, no, they're being trials.
Yeah, so Angry Titans will be in trials this next week, which is starting which will be next week, August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Oh, I don't know for console. I was gonna say PC's the 3rd.
It's no, I'm talking about just contenders trials.
Yeah, it should be the 3rd.
3rd, 4th, 5th, or is it all week? 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, Monday to Friday.
That I don't know offhand. I know full contenders is a week. I don't know trials though. I haven't seen because we didn't.
It should be a week like it was last time.
It should be 2.
It should be 5 days, right?
Will be Monday to Friday, starting on the 3rd. That sounds
it should
right.
be.
Yeah,
it seems like if it's the same format relative to contenders. Yeah, that makes sense.
So Angry Titans, we'll see them there.
I'm so excited because that rebuilds went really well.
What's the story on NAOD?
Does anyone want to start before I go into Revival?
Oh boy.
I was like, Revival took it, right?
Yeah, Revival took it.
Yeah, Revival beating Karasuno I thought was a pretty big setup, honestly.
That's the second time they've beaten Karasuno in 3 games.
That's right, that's right. And then, okay, very good, because Nocturnal and...
Revival beat Nocturnal and Lunaris.
And Revival and Lunaris were 3rd and 4th, because I cast them last night. Yeah.
And Regen lost to Lunaris. And then that's when they fell out, and then Regen lost to Nocturnal. Yeah.
I mean, there was no real surprises in what teams were the top 8, were there?
No, not really. I mean, Karasuno Revival didn't surprise me at all. Karasuno's roster stacked.
Noble, Kratos.
You say the only surprises were Noble and Kratos falling out, and they played each other, so one of them could only move on. That was Noble, and they lost to Revival. So you could swap out Noble with Kratos, and you're gonna get the same result. They were gonna lose to Revival.
Yeah, they're both really good.
Regen and North were good as well. Revival was winning this.
Yeah, Revival looked okay. I was a bit concerned about Revival because every single time I watch them, I always see some reoccurring issues around their tank line in particular and just how they position themselves. They don't seem to give their DPS much space. I mean, not what Wub and Aspire need.
Wub and Aspire don't really need much space.
They don't. Yeah. Moopy and Salty don't. I mean, they anchored down payload, and they really had the ability to, especially Moopy being able to take space. And you would see Salty go on some really interesting flanks, really different off angles, getting into position for gravitic fluxes that the teams just were not counting on happening. And then when you got Wub into the mix of it, getting those blades out of nowhere. I mean, he's had a couple of really good battles against fellow Genjis and he always seems to come out with a better value with his blades, whether it be just a 2-person blade or he gets a monster blade. It always seems like his blade always did the more significant team destructive damage than the opposing Genji that he was facing.
Now, Kratos did beat them to win Trial of Champions.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the other
like,
part
every
too.
single time. Go ahead.
And I was saying to go back to the whole schedule. So like those teams played all a day of TOC, and then on OD day they played like 7 or 8 hours. So when we got 3-0'd out of losers, like not to say none of us were surprised, like because I that's not my intention to be like, oh yeah, we all knew they'd lose. Like obviously we didn't, but like when they did, it was like these guys were exhausted. Like I know they got the next day off, I think entirely except for like a roundup meeting, and then I think even the next day, like even I know like some of our staff was reluctant to make it a heavy day, especially, and I think a lot of the staff face a similar boat. Where
Even
it's
just
like,
casting,
those
if you're
crazy.
casting more than say 6 hours, your brain just starts to melt.
It melts.
It really does.
So this
It
is funny.
really does.
So this is a funny piece of feedback, and obviously this group being casters will find this interesting. So Natter joined us in the booth for the community showcase when it formerly Third Impact. Well, I guess they are still in Third Impact, so they put on the event. But he was in the booth with us for like a match, so hour and a half, let's say, something like that. And he obviously streams like 6 to 10 hours with VOD reviews and things.
Right.
And at the end of the block, like just that one match, he's like, guys, I'm exhausted. How the hell do you do this? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like you do 8 to 10 hours? He's like, no. It is so much different. He's like, I can just sit here and like whatever, and you just talk. And he's like, you guys, it's like a whole different level of energy. So like, yeah, once you start getting to these grinds, like between playing or casting, like the fatigue starts to set in, and you saw that. We saw that.
Yeah, it's amazing the mental fatigue, like what a toll it takes.
These guys were shot.
I do want to go back to Revival Tankline, but my point on Revival Tankline wasn't. I'm not calling them bad, but I'm very, very concerned that they are very, very deep when they play. When I say a bit deep, is if you could draw like a really weird shape in between where Revival are standing. It's very, very different to any other team. And I just don't think it seems like the right way to play. I mean, it's working for them, so credit to them.
I know what you mean.
I'll have to watch for that.
To payload and chokes really compared to DPS positioning.
Yeah, it's really odd to me. But it has been working, so I'm not going to discredit them. But it looks like it will falter against higher level opposition. And I feel like that's why they faltered a couple times in trials when I was watching them. But it seems to work against Karasuno most of the time, so that's good enough.
Yeah, we'll see him in trials again next week. So, and Karasuno had a stacked roster. Karasuno has names that you would recognize, former OWL players.
They're stacked. Did Finzi asking on them?
Yeah, Finzi was with them.
Yeah, Finzi's a maniac. Let me see if let me pull up the roster here.
Finzi didn't play that great in the second series against well. Played pretty good in the first one. In the first series, he played really good.
Oh,
first one was really good. Sorry, second series was a bit poor to his standards.
Farm provider disgusting.
I should have specified quickly.
What's that?
Yeah, farm provider disgusting. Like that. Yeah, that whole
provide.
So good.
Provide deserves to be an Overwatch, like talent wise.
My god, yeah.
No, I'm telling you that whole roster is stacked.
It was technically on the Valiant roster as well. Technically on the Valiant roster.
In the main tank role, absolutely dominating space. Dominating the opposition's Orisa, the Halt accretion combos between them two, the understanding between them two that happened so very quickly, I think shows to how good the caliber is that we're seeing here from this squad. And it's just, man, even looking at who they've lost, they lost Cowman. And I mean, Cowman was absolutely a beast. And Tank
bonkers yesterday. He was absolutely playing.
He was bonkers too. Mind. Right.
I would like to talk about Provide actually in particular, because Provide was on an Overwatch League roster and was on the Valiant roster, formerly known as Slur. I remember watching him it's the same person. I remember watching Slur back on Samsung Morningstars in Europe, and he stood out like a sore thumb. Really good player mechanically. Positionally was sometimes a bit off, and this is quite a while back, so there was a little bit of goats in there, but stood out mechanically a lot. But was taken off the Valiant roster by the league, if I remember correctly. Not sure why. But they were hyping him up a lot because apparently he was set to start over last year, and last year's had a great season in the Overwatch League.
Fair.
Why do I know these things? I hate it.
I swear, he's got like a parasite that just feeds him Overwatch information while he's
He just plays he just has headphones on of like the competitive Overwatch Reddit of just
He's
stats.
just reading in his ear as he goes.
Yeah,
Ah, this
He's
just
sitting
in.
an audiobook. You just
Papa,
listen to
is
that.
Papa Jeff in your ear right now? Is he in your ear?
He's-
Jeff.
are
Jeff?
you Papa Jeff?
Yeah,
Are you
actually,
Papa?
yeah.
Hey, is your dad Jeff?
Yeah.
Shall I go back him up or not?
The Billy's reaction.
He has work tomorrow. He has work starting in 3 hours.
All right. Well, unless you'll have any closing thoughts on OD, we'll move on to the Xbox Game Showcase.
So we covered Carasino region and RS, Kratos,
No.
IT. We covered everyone. Okay,
Yeah, I think we covered everything.
Yeah, no. But is Ryder talking? Ryder, are you saying things over there?
Okay, so
No.
Xbox Game Showcase. Yes, I watched the majority of this. There was a lot
I didn't
of
watch it.
games
It's okay.
obviously being showcased. The most annoying thing though, if you guys watch this, is every single trailer in between every single trailer says
Every
You
trailer
completely died.
says
You didn't say
World
shit.
premiere. World premiere. World premiere. I was just like, no shit. Really?
Yeah, just say it at the top
I
once
was
and then
just
leave it.
like,
Everything now is gonna be a world premiere.
I was like,
World premiere.
really? Is that what this is?
This is
Is
the world
that
premiere
what
of
we
my
are
finger.
tuning into? Like, there's no other way I would be tuning in unless this was a world premiere. Oh God, it was just awful. That was the worst part. But there was a lot of lower tier games coming out.
there was a lot of
individual
there was a lot of
companies,
cool
that
stuff in
sort of
here,
thing.
honestly.
There was a lot. There was a lot. There was several games that stood out. The new Fable, which even my
Lovely.
wife, who just does not like it when I play video games, even she likes Fable.
Wow.
I love Fable.
I know. And she's an ex World of Warcraft player, and I'm like, okay, yes. So I understand.
There's your world
and-
premiere.
Yeah, world premiere. And
World premiere.
the other game is Halo. So the new Halo, which is supposed to be an MMO, 4-player multi-campaign all online, or you can guess what? You guys can get split screen if you do local.
About time.
It's not really an MMO. It's just an open world co-op
I know.
campaign.
I know. They've been hyping that though. They've been hyping that. Like the first thing, if you go and you read, oh, you played 2-player campaign on local. It's the first thing you see on every
Well,
single.
yeah, no.
like,
I mean,
Halo.
it's Halo is like your classic couch co-op, man.
Oh god, yeah. Oh god, yeah. But
I mean, I don't know if you've ever played Cloudy with Chance of Meatballs 2 on the Wii, but that is a really good co-op game.
so
Sorry, 100%.
yeah. So we can definitely show the Fable trailer. Quick like.
The Fable trailer.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah. We'll
the
play.
Fable trailer was definitely one of my
World
favorite,
premiere.
I call it a
more
teaser,
more
but yeah,
favorite ones.
we'll show the
World
Fable
Yeah, it's
trailer.
a teaser.
World premiere.
Yeah, because it doesn't show any gameplay or anything, right? It's just a little cutscene. That's
Yeah,
why-
it does
that's
not
why-
show any game.
That's why I call it a teaser, not a trailer. Because it's just hinting at stuff.
Xbox Game Studio.
But this was
World
absolutely
premiere.
hilarious.
World premiere.
World premiere.
Oh my god! It actually does it do the world premiere
Yeah.
in that video?
Yeah.
World premiere.
Whoa.
He's so pissed.
It was world premiere, and then it was something else as well. There was another like
Oh, it's
catchphrase that they
Xbox Game
Premiere
Studios.
Catchphrase.
catchphrase. All right, so several people have not watched this yet. Billy, Airborne, I believe, I don't think Ocean or Bullskunk, or I think I'm the only one who's actually seen it.
Oh, I watched the whole thing.
Premiere.
I've
I watched it too.
Yeah, I watched the entire. Because this is what Xbox
Oh, yeah.
would have
Oh,
shown
yeah.
at E3 if we had an E3, right? This is planned for
Yeah.
Xbox's E3 day.
Yeah.
So this
So,
this game
where are
showcase
you
was everything that we
getting
would have seen
this
back in
information?
June. It had E3 not been
Yes.
canceled. And no, the
We probably would have
teaser's
seen
cool.
a bit more. Probably seen a bit more at E3 because it's E3 you usually bring everything
Well,
to.
there was a 4-hour panel that
Yeah.
where they had like kind of podcast style interviews and people talking and stuff and doing some streaming
Oh
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
But I just watched the game footage back where they did the actual game showcase where they just showed the trailers back to back.
That
So, and that was
end
about an
part
hour.
right there, where the frog takes that ferry. It just that threw me for a loop.
Oh,
I was like, what the
don't like
hell?
that. That's some messed up shit.
It is kind of some messed up shit.
Right? That was hilarious though. That was hilarious.
So what we're seeing now is just kind of a culmination of all the games they
Yeah,
showed.
this
It's
kind
a
of
little
recap.
Yeah, it's like a little recap video from all the games they showed. But I thought there was
Yep.
some cool stuff in there. Psychonauts 2 got me excited. I don't know if anybody here ever played Psychonauts 1, but it's fantastic.
I've watched a lot on it. I'm glad that they're bringing it back.
I'm so glad they're
finish on.
bringing it back. That
It's so
Double Fine
important to game
is
design.
such an underrated game studio. Anytime I see that little two-headed baby thing fly across the screen, it just makes me giddy. And they do this wonderful like Double Fine when he like shows up on the screen. It's fantastic.
Oh,
That's exciting.
they hyped up that new Tetris game like it was supposed to be the hottest thing since sliced bread.
I thought that was a
Oh,
cool
actually-
Is
commercial.
it not?
Okay, yeah. Hot fact. Who originally owned Tetris?
That's a good question.
The maker.
I know the answer.
A Russian.
Wait. Yeah, don't tell me.
Shh.
I know it was made by a Russian, but I don't.
Don't
remember.
tell me. I gotta look it up real quick.
Oh, it's the Russian government. He's already ruined it. It's the Russian government
Oh,
used
is
to
it?
own Tetris. Yeah.
I knew it was Russian, but I couldn't.
Wait, so then why don't they anymore? Did they sold
I
it?
don't
or-
know. I don't know anymore. But the Russian government used to technically own Tetris.
So
That's
while
really
you guys
cool.
are watching
Maybe-
this Xbox Games Showcase,
I wonder
It
Anything
came
to
out
do
for the
with-
first show.
with
there you
USSR
go.
falling apart, because Tetris was invented
Yeah.
before the Berlin Wall
Maybe.
came down.
I was just about to say, did they lose it with the wall? Did
That's what I'm thinking.
Gorbachev, like write that in.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They lost it somewhere in there.
Yeah, but
you
there-
guys
We
can
give away
watch
the
That's
wall,
okay.
we give away
Video
Germany, and we
games
give
right
away
here.
Tetris.
Tear down this Tetris. Tear it
Alright.
down.
This
Did you
this
like
was
that one,
act-
Ocean?
this teaser is actually pretty damn cool.
It is
Yeah,
really
it
cool.
is.
This is the Halo.
But yeah, so after this podcast, we did forget to do the OWL predictions.
We'll do
So we're
that.
gonna
But
circle
we've
back
got
to that.
something. We've got something.
I
after
know
this.
we got something. I know. I saw it. So after this podcast, we are gonna go and we are gonna play Grounded, and kind of show you guys that. It will be on Bull Skunk's stream, so feel free to tune in. I'm not sure how many people are gonna be able to play it, but I know I'll definitely
We'll
be
try.
there.
We'll give it a go. Why not?
It's from what it looks like
I
a
think so.
combination of Honey I Shrunk the Kids and Minecraft. So
We can show that trailer too, because I thought that was a pretty intriguing trailer.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And this was another one of my favorite trailers.
Oh, the Halo trailer is badass.
Oh,
Like
yes.
I don't care. The Halo trailer is freaking awesome. I've always loved the Halo campaigns. I mean, you may have seen us do music episodes in the past. I've always picked Halo as my favorite music of any game.
Get her, Chris.
I'm excited to play through another Halo campaign. I've always enjoyed it. I used to couch co-op the shit out of them. You know, back when you actually hung out with your friends next to you, a lot like Airborne and Billy are doing now, and playing video games. There's something.
Oh, I never had anything that way.
There's something very unique about couch co-op. There's something very awesome about couch co-op. And
I had a group in college that every Friday night for 4 years or 5 years or however long we did it, we just couch co-op games. There's something very special to it.
there's
and,
something very special to it. Yes, sir.
And when companies like when Halo got rid of that with Halo 4, like I stopped playing Halo because I always just had done couch co-op with my brother
Exactly.
for the campaigns. I stopped. We
Yeah.
were just like, oh no, that's it. Like I understand why they couldn't. Like I know graphically for what they wanted to accomplish, they couldn't, and I understand that. But it's a lifeblood for a lot more people than I think people recognize.
Yeah.
Especially those of us that like. I'm gonna call
Okay,
out myself
that's
here on
interesting.
PC.
That's actually really interesting because me and my cousin, we play games like every weekend. He'll come over here and we'll play some games. But usually, for the entirety of our lives, we've just grinded through single player games because we both have very unique skill sets in video games and we're quite smart. So like we have really unique skill sets in video games. So we'll just grind through a bunch of single player games, trying to 100% them. Our biggest task ever was Cloud of Chance of Meatballs 2 on the way. It was so difficult. It took us a good 7 months to 100% that game. We're now working on my own channel for the Olympic Games, which is also very difficult, by the way. Played a bit of it on stream yesterday when I was practicing.
Which one?
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, the original one.
Oh, okay.
Very difficult to 100%.
So this is Grounded that we have on screen right now. This is the game that we're going to be playing later on tonight. So they build like a whole mansion out of pieces of grass or something.
Is this E-rated Daisy?
It looks more like Minecraft meets Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Or wait. I would say yeah. Oh, is it? So is it like a?
It looks like
tower
Ark.
defense.
What's
Ark? Yeah, is this like
kind of
tower
Ark?
defense
Yeah,
Ark?
kind of.
I know it's.
Wait for Cyberpunk. That gets me every time.
So is it free to play right now, or is it like a free download on Game Pass?
It's on Game Pass. Yeah, it's a free download on Game Pass.
It's only the game preview, but yeah, like you guys can see this, like the building, everything. Like
I love the I'll
download it.
toy. I don't know if I ever played Battletoads. That's actually considered one of the hardest games ever created. But
if the couch co-op, speaking of couch co-op, it's ass. Like it's straight garbage.
Oh, that was Battletoads was one where you couldn't run off the screen. Like one person could run forward and move the screen, and the other person couldn't move.
And
off
the collision, your hitboxes were enormous. So like if you thought single player was incredibly difficult, the co-op was like
impossible.
You had to be a hive mind. It was fucking.
You know what this actually
Speaking of really hard games,
reminds me a little bit of Rust.
Really? Okay.
See,
cool.
This reminds me of No Man's Sky, like out the wazoo.
Well, they start showing Outer Worlds. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But even like that, like even
Outer
like
Worlds
Rust, you're going down and breaking down everything like that, and making a base to protect yourself and.
Yeah, I was just saying, I'm talking about really hard games. I tried to play the original Kid Icarus because you can play it for the NES Classic on if you have a Nintendo Switch Online. And I couldn't get past World 1. That shit's difficult.
Yeah, it is.
Kid Icarus is so hard. I mean, Kid Icarus Uprising is also a fucking extremely hard game, but no one. It's easier to control than the original, and it's easier to understand.
Us OG boomer gamers, we were trained right. Everything was extremely difficult back then. like every single game was extremely punishing.
For Kid Icarus Uprising, the game on the 3DS, which is my second favorite game of all time, you can set it to make it more difficult than the original, but you have an option to not make it difficult at all. So
don't worry, let's just make this hard game even more hard.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of my favorite games of all times is Ninja Gaiden 2. And it's probably the toughest game of all time. I've beat it on Master Ninja. It's one of my most.
I do enjoy how like games got easier over time. That there became a niche of video games.
Shinobi.
That were just
the OG Shinobi. Yeah.
Stupidly hard, like Dark Souls.
Yeah, but Ninja Gaiden puts Dark Souls to shame, dude. There's no magic. There's no magic build that you can use to beat even Ninja Gaiden.
I've played now all the Dark Souls, Bloodborne. I'm playing Sekiro now. Ninja Gaiden's.
Yeah, I'm playing Nioh right now. Also,
you like it?
I love it. And it's made by Team Ninja. It's made by the same team that did Ninja Gaiden. But it's their.
I don't think I realized that.
It's their take on a Dark Souls game. So yeah, Nioh is Team Ninja making a Dark Souls game. That's what it is, and it's incredibly punishing, but it's incredibly rewarding as well.
I mean, actually, going back to the opposite end of the scale, there are games that are really, really rewarding in like sort of a collector's sense. There are like typical video games that are made by a company called what's it called? Feel Good, Free Feel. I think it's called Free Feel. And then they make games with Nintendo, and they make a lot of games that are like quite grindy, quite difficult. You have to go through levels. However, you can't die in them, so you've got like a good sense about yourself.
Gotcha.
But it's still really difficult.
It's difficult, but it doesn't feel. They try to take some of the frustration out of the difficulty, perhaps.
Yeah. So I think something like that. And they make a load of games for Nintendo. Like you'll notice if the games go for like a wacky art approach, like Yoshi's Woolly World, something like that. you'll know it's made by them. They make really odd art styles as well.
Gotcha.
That's another company that on the other end of the scale, just really hard games. It's just something I point out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we're hit the 90-minute mark. We should probably go ahead and say
Two
goodbye.
more topics. There's
Two
too
more
much topics. We got
Do we want?
watch
Do
the
we want?
predictions.
Do we just want? We can I will rapid fire through this OWL preview if you really want to.
We could do it, but first, more importantly, I think this is an
Better
important
be
issue to
quick,
bring live.
Ocean.
We'll make it as quick as we can.
Oh, sorry.
LEC.
I just checked the Discord chat here.
Yeah.
Sorry. So
Yeah.
okay.
So LEC this morning-ish announced a partnership with a company called Nyom, who I don't know how I want to word this. Can someone can someone cut in here?
Yeah, I can cut in. So they are partnered basically with the crown king of Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia is known to be less than stellar in human rights issues,
Yes.
especially with women and
Yep.
those that are LGBTQ. And
Yeah.
so
And Riot
there
don't
was-
care.
Yeah, so there was naturally outrage
A
and
lot of
and
outrage.
then Ocean, you can pick up with the news.
So basically, actually, like 17 minutes ago now, they ended that partnership within a day, like not even 24 hours.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank fuck for that.
Yeah.
I
Boop,
wasn't really
Boop,
comfortable telling the story of, or
Boop and
wasn't
I-
comfortable with what I meant.
yeah,
That's
Boop and
okay.
I had a chat about this today in our little meeting that we had. He said it was a very dark day. I wasn't even aware of it because I don't follow that stuff. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
follow everything esports. But when he explained it to me, as soon as he said who it was, I'm just like, fuck that.
Yeah,
They
okay.
kill people like me there.
I did want your take on it,
Yeah.
because I mean, yeah.
Sous chef?
Being a homo.
Well, no, I just
I mean-
wanted your take on it. Sorry.
No,
Oh,
he's,
they kill
saying,
people like me there.
he's saying gays are persecuted over there.
I'd
is
like
what
to
he's
read
saying.
the
Yeah.
statement, if that's all right.
Read a statement.
As a company and as a league, we know it's important to recognize when we make mistakes and quickly work to correct them. After further reflection, while we remain steadfastly committed to all of our players and fans worldwide, including those living in Saudi Arabia and the Middle East, the LEC has ended its partnership with Neom, effective immediately. In an effort to expand our esports ecosystem, we've moved too quickly to cement this partnership and cause rifts in the very community we seek to grow. While we missed our own expectations in this instance, we are committed to re-examining our internal structures to ensure this doesn't happen again.
And just as
I
a
think
side
that
note
is
to
a
Ellie-
very, very well written said statement. This was from Alberto Guerrero, director of.
It was a
esports.
well written. It was a well written statement, but I've just seen some sort of quotes about it from pretty respected people in the community, and this one directly reads: "Proud of LEC for stepping up. However, they're still dicks."
Yeah, like it's one of those things. Like I'm glad they rescinded it so quickly, but it happening in the first place. Like LEC, so that's the one league I follow the most. Like I watch it more
Yeah.
than Owl. Like if you guys look at my Twitter picture, it's me wearing a Fnatic jacket. Like that's
Ah,
what,
okay.
that's what I watch is the LEC, and like seeing that today, I was just like that is so not them. And then like the dichotomy, you're gonna put that next to a Pride profile picture, like that's just such a slap in the face to
Mhm.
everything that
Uh-huh.
everyone's come to believe within that, and all of the fans that believe what we all do here, especially
Yeah.
here. You know, love is love is love, and it's like, are you joking? But so I'm glad they walked it back, but you only get so many
The
chances.
fact that ever happened.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it's kind of like partnering with the KKK, right? I mean, it's kind of like
It's like partnering with
Yeah.
Darden restaurants or Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I want to say that analogy doesn't work, but
Yeah.
it does because it's the same. Yeah, if anything,
The
they're worse because
Atlanta
I'm not
Falcons.
gonna compare the two, but yeah, they're all bad.
well, it
They're
just seems like
all
you should have known
really
better
bad.
in the first place. Like this is
Exactly. Yeah, would you expect everyone just to go, "Oh, that's a cool partnership," and not realize it's who?
Shall I put
who
this
they
in the
are, what they
console
stand
Overwatch-
for. Yeah.
Shall I
Yeah.
put this in the
If you
console
wanna post
Overwatch
that link,
terms?
yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Oh no,
So-
be careful with that one, Notion.
I'm not looking.
So in console Overwatch terms, it'd be like if you partnered in jail with Shhhhhh.
Oof.
Yeah, don't do
All right,
that.
so okay,
Don't
so
do
we
that.
are very limited on time right now. I'm gonna cut us off there with that.
Oh, we missed our Overwatch League predictions.
No, that's what I'm getting into. I'm cutting you off right now.
Oh,
All right,
fair
so
enough.
Oh, we're doing
real,
spreads?
real quick. All right, Bull Skunk, let me know when you are good to go.
I mean, I have a way to do this pretty easily without us having to say anything.
The entire left side. Got it.
Pick
No, I
a
was gonna say,
side,
you hold-
left or right.
You hold 1 for the left side, you hold 2 for the right side.
Yep.
Yep. All right. So we're gonna run
So
this
I can't
down.
get my Papega takes in. No.
No.
No, we'll
No,
save
you
that for
don't
the
get-
recap.
You
Ocean.
No
Ocean.
Pega
you Papega it all through the
More than a
all through the
sentence out of you.
broadcast.
I'm allowed to Papega wherever I want to Papega. I can Papega right now if I want to.
Mute
We
him,
can also
Bosco,
mute you.
him.
I will Papega in my cup of tea if I want to Papega in my cup of tea.
Do that,
Alright.
you'll clean it
Alright,
up.
okay, so left side is 1 finger, fusion is 2 fingers. Alright?
We can't. I think this is dumb. We're a
Yeah.
podcast. We can't use visual representation. Just go through, and we'll just go through. Just,
Okay, Dallas
just a
Fuel,
team.
versus Philly Fusion. I'm going Fusion.
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 yeah, I'm actually gonna have to pick Fusion here on this one too. I don't think
LA
think
Valiant
Dallas can beat
versus-
him. I love my fuel, but I don't see it happening.
This is
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Valiant versus Outlaws. I'm gonna go Valiant.
Valiant.
Outlaws upset.
Outlaws
Ooh.
are upset as
I would
well.
love it. I would love it.
Valiant.
Coming off the loss to Washington, huh? They're gonna
Yep.
come back angry. No
I mean,
hero
Valiant
pulls.
are also on the downside. Valiant are going.
Upset.
No hero
Yeah,
pulls.
Ocean.
Okay.
No
Alright,
hero pulls.
Soul
Keep in mind.
Dynasty versus Charge. I'm gonna go
Charge.
Guam
Charge.
Charge.
Yeah.
If you bet for Salt at this rate, then good luck
There you
losing your
go.
money.
All right.
Spitfire and Spark.
I didn't even get a chance to vote.
Yeah.
Charge.
Speak fast,
Papega.
All right.
Twat waffle. I'm going for charge.
Okay. Spitfire
That's
and
right.
Spark.
We just assumed.
Uh,
Spitfire.
Spitfire and Spark.
Spitfire.
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 Yeah,
Spark. I am going for an
Ooh.
upset in this one. No hero pools. Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that prediction. I wasn't bold enough to do it.
Nixel versus Dragons. I'm gonna go Dragons.
Dragons.
I wonder who I'm going to pick. Maybe Shanghai.
Okay.
Dragons.
Neat, nice.
It's maybe like I
Nixel.
really like
Yeah.
Shanghai.
Nixel.
You got Nixel.
I don't.
Nixel.
I don't see it happening in
Um,
Shanghai.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't
You
see
never
it
know.
happening. No,
Paris
that
Eternal?
should be a good match.
It should be a good match.
It should be a
Paris-
good match.
I'm not sure we
Paris
need to
Eternal
talk about
versus
this one.
Washington Justice.
Paris.
Yeah. Paris.
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 Anyone want to risk their lives and pick Justice?
No.
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 Nope. Toronto versus Titans.
I have to give it
Toronto.
to Toronto on this one.
Toronto.
Titans were
Toronto.
so boomed.
Toronto 3-2 though.
Titans were so
Wanna push.
boomed.
Okay?
You're gonna
I'm
push?
just
No, actually, no, I'm
just
gonna go
say this
Titans.
next matchup, and we're just
Ooh.
gonna
Damn
move
it.
on.
Titans.
Damn it, Paulie.
Titans.
Why?
I was pulling the Titans pick on that one.
Uh,
Oh, so we got a Paul and a Billy Titan.
Hey, I like where he's going with it. No, seriously.
Yeah, I think it.
Okay, I think we need to go in some sort of order here.
Yeah.
Ryder, Paulie, Ocean, you, and then the duo buttheads here.
Okay.
We'll go last.
Let's get Paul, then
Airborne,
Ryder.
Airborne. If
Paul's
you
the guest, he
actually
goes
shave
first.
your head, I don't want to say it, but you guys might look like a pear or something.
Okay.
With that face, you're gonna come at me like that?
I mean,
Bitch, I will
actually,
read
look
you
at
for
Knight Rider. He
filth.
looks
I
like
will
an
read
80s,
you
like-
for filth.
Yeah, Knight Rider looks like one of those 80s teens. He's
Shut
just got a
up,
new
man.
haircut and he's
Shut up.
smoking a cigarette at the disco.
Even though I
Uh,
fucking love it. Shut up,
all
Ocean.
right.
We're just
So,
changing Ryder to Disco Fever.
I'm just gonna let you guys know right now. With Ocean's hairdo, he actually looks like Will Ferrell from Eurovision. All right, moving on.
Yeah, at least I can qualify for Eurovision. You wouldn't be allowed into Eurovision because you look like a complete
Okay.
fucking mess.
Game.
Shock Houston.
Paulie first.
Paul.
Shock.
All right, moving on.
Ryder?
I'm just gonna say the name of this next matchup, and we're
Dude,
moving
we already
on.
have.
We already have. Pay
Sure.
attention.
Dallas and Shock.
Papega.
Catch up to the
Dallas
conversation.
Fuel and Atlanta Rain. I'm
No,
gonna
wait,
go.
Wait,
What's
no,
your
no,
pick?
it's your pick on San Francisco, Houston.
Yeah, shock.
There's no. There is. That's the matchup. That's it. You don't need it. You don't need a pick.
That's fair. I wasn't
you
gonna
pick-
pick.
Fair,
if you
fair.
guys need to, if you guys needed to know who we pick, I'm sorry, but you guys have not been
Right.
watching the entire
This one's gonna be hard for
time.
me.
Dallas Fuel versus Atlanta Rain.
Okay,
Rain.
Paul first. Ooh.
I'm going Fuel.
I'm also gonna. Oh no, hang on. We all got hero pools back. I'm gonna go fuel. I trust fuel a little
There's
bit more.
no hero pools.
Just about fuel.
I'm gonna go fuel. I think fuel are gonna lose to Philly, and they're gonna come back angry, and they're
I'll
gonna
go
take
to the
advantage
guest
of Atlanta's sloppiness.
I
Just don't
will
put
go
Gomsu on
Atlanta.
ball, for the love of God.
Yeah,
I will go Atlanta.
wow.
Let's
Oh,
go,
Havana?
Atlanta.
I'm going. I'm going.
Havana.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is
going
my-
She
fuel.
carried
my-
you.
this is my
Atlanta.
pet pick of the year.
Atlanta.
I have picked
Atlanta.
against the rain in most of the matchups that they're kind of tied. But I am going for
They
my
do play
pet pick.
down.
I really want Atlanta Rain to win.
That's how we
They
roll.
can-
We go
they
against
play-
the rain.
Yeah, they played down a lot.
Get it?
I get
Gladiators
it.
versus Mayhem. I'm
Glads.
gonna go Mayhem.
Glads.
Glads.
I'm marrying Paul on this one.
Ooh.
Okay.
I have
We're
faith.
all going for the underdog,
I
but
have
we
faith.
all have faith in D.P.
Yeah,
You have faith?
We have faith
Who
in
do you have
DP.
faith in?
DP.
You gotta have faith in D.P., man.
Florida. Yaki's gonna have a fucking terror. He's gonna eat their asses out.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah,
wow!
Jesus, keep it PG-13.
Always about eating out.
He
not-
is gonna
not-
fucking own them.
Speaking of eating out,
Oh
so the
my
UK government
God,
released
Billy.
this scheme,
Airborne.
an incentive to go out and eat out
Cool
of
him
Mayhem.
down
restaurants.
like an ice pack. Cool him down.
I know.
Yeah, so
The eat out
the
campaign.
UK
Right.
government,
Yeah.
the Eat Out campaign. I
Yes.
just think they definitely could have named that one better.
Yeah, they could have
Last
done a
one.
better job.
Last one. Fusion
Eat
versus
Out
Valiant.
campaign.
I'm going Fusion.
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 Who are they playing earlier in the week? No, who are they playing?
Joel.
Dallas?
Valiant
Is
is
playing
facing,
Dallas, and then-
Outlaws.
And Valiant's playing Outlaws. Fusion
Oh,
to play
and
Dallas.
Fusion's playing Dallas. Yeah.
I
I'm gonna
think
pull Valiant.
I'm pulling Valiant as well. Actually, I was thinking this is gonna be a Valiant upset. I think
Uh-huh.
Valiant's gonna get their shit together.
3-2.
I think it'll be a
Nice,
valiant
that'd be
effort,
nice.
and they'll lose 3-0.
I think
Oh, yeah.
Packington's going to put them through an intensive week of scrims if he hasn't already done it since we're on Wednesday now. I think he's going to have them ready to play against the Fusion.
One of these days we'll write this
Fair
down,
enough. Fair enough.
and then
All
we
right,
can actually make fun of
TBD
each other.
versus TBD. I'm gonna go TBD.
It's a big for the Knight Rider
wins.
anyway.
TBD heard.
Wins. All right,
Upset
guys.
TBD.
That wraps it up for us. Thank you guys for tuning in to another super long episode. Really appreciate you
an hour and
all.
43.
And guess what? Here's an outro for you. Check out chat. Boom. There you go.
I'm glad we don't upload our
Soundcloud.co,
podcast to Spotify,
use
because
the
otherwise
code
that'd be just all.
Stream Console. And then also check out No Name Nerd, our music by the one, the only DMC. Check him out at his SoundCloud, DJ DMCCC. Thank you guys. Oh my gosh, Ocean.
There you go, Paul. Now you can do it.
Oh boy.
Hey, let's go.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys as always. Check us out next week. Bye.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I muted you guys.